No, I really didn't care about what I had. I was glad that we got a win, you know. So we just went down there and did what we came to do. Just laid it out on the field.
You talk about those back-to-back plays or those two plays in that series. I think you got 50 of those yards. Just take us through those two plays.
I mean, it was just one of those plays when your number's called, you just got to make a play. So I just went out there and just did my job, like I was supposed to. So I just went out there and handled it well, and that's what happened.
Did Baker stay pretty confident throughout the game? Was he a little shaky at the beginning, or any comments you want to make about him?
Baker he's a different type of player. He's always confident, and you should see him in practice. Like he's not your average walk-on. Like I know the media refers to him as a walk-on, but to us, he's not a walk-on. I mean, he's a scholarship guy, because he goes out there and tears the defense up like Kerry hit on. I mean, he's just a phenomenal player. So I'm very excited how he handled the game and how he handled the pressure.
You looking forward to working with him more this season?
Of course. I mean, he's a great guy. He's a great athlete, and he's the quarterback of the team. So of course, I'm looking forward to working out with him.
Eric, how long did it take you to see that there was something different about him compared to so many freshmen?
I mean, at first it's hard to kind of notice because when he came in, he was kind of third and was kind of last because he was a new addition to the team. But as time progressed and things got shaky, he really stepped his game up, and that's when I started to notice that he was really a phenomenal player.
During your time here at Texas Tech, you caught a lot of passes from a lot of different quarterbacks. What makes Baker special?
His consistency. I mean, he's very consistent and he has a firm touch on the ball. So he throws really fast and he has a fast release. So I mean, you just gotta keep your eye up when he's throwing the ball to you.
How much extra pride do you put in yourself to be a reliable target for a guy like Baker, whoever? Maybe it's Davis Webb at some point down the line, but being the senior, being the security blanket maybe for a freshman that's trying to find his way, how much extra pride do you put in yourself being in that role?
I mean, the main thing with me is just always being prepared for any situation because, I mean, no matter who the receiver is or who the quarterback is, you always want to catch the ball, and the quarterback has to get the ball to you. So it's always being prepared in those tough situations or when the ball's coming to you. So I just always put pressure on me to be prepared.
Eric, how do you feel like you guys handled the up-tempo pace by the end of the night?
I mean, it was 105 degrees. It was a lot of humidity. It's pretty tough, We practice this tempo every day, so that's when it came to our advantage because we were prepared for it, and the defense wasn't. So I think we handled it pretty well.
Do you expect Baker to start this Saturday?
I mean, that's up to the coach. I mean, he had a phenomenal game, but that's up to the coach if he's gonna start or not.
So he hasn't told you guys?
I mean, I don't really ask questions about that. That's his job.
Eric, can you talk about the slip screen or the bubble screen that you got 3 or 4 times in a row? Can you just talk about how the receivers, you guys are out there like Hines Ward, just bench pressing DBs out of bounds, just putting in work? Can you just kind of talk about you guys taking pride in catching the ball and blocking as well?
Well, those type of plays they tell us all the time is specifically for 4 yard games. So anything over 4 yards is considered an explosive play. So that's like a run play that's hidden to the second level. So I mean, if you get past 4 yards on those type of plays, that's a really big plus in the offense because that's basically a first down every time you touch the ball.
But do you guys take a lot of pride in the other receivers blocking for each other?
Oh yes, most definitely. Because without them blocking, there's nothing you can do because the defense is going to surround you really fast. So when you got teammates out there willing to block for you, it means a lot because you're willing to block for them, and it just helps the team that much better.
It sure looked like there was a lot of enthusiasm on the sideline throughout the game, which seems a marked departure from last year sometimes. Did you guys notice that? The players notice that?
Yes. Well, I think we have a lot of players that likes to play for the coach, and that's just excited about playing football. It's actually having fun and playing loose. When in the past it was just being out there playing for the coach. I mean, so we just have a whole different perspective on going out there and playing in the football games. It's just all about having fun and playing loose and being excited every play.
You took a few snaps on the inside. Was that as a result of Jace being out that first half, or is that something we'll see next few weeks?
I mean, it's up to the coach, but most part it's for Jace being out. But I mean, it's just a different look for the defenses to come across. I mean, but when Jace being out, it played a huge role on the offense because he's a big target and he's a big fella that contributes a lot to the offense.
You specifically, what did you notice as a receiver when that first half when Jace wasn't there, and coverage-wise, what were you seeing?
I mean, the coverage didn't roll a lot, so they was kind of sturdy in the cover 4 zone, and they played a lot of off man. So when Jace came, they had to roll around because Jace is a big guy and it's hard to guard him. So he played a huge role in them changing the coverages up.
Did the coaches make any adjustments at halftime? Did they say, okay, we're gonna air it out a little bit more, we're not gonna run as much, or was that just a result of what you guys saw on the field?
That was just a result of what we saw on the field. We just took what they gave us, and we just went from there.
Or did you sense that SMU's defense kind of wore down as that game went on?
Most definitely. I mean, it's a fast tempo offense, and that's the advantage of running this offense is to wear the defense down, and it worked well.
You guys were snapping the ball 29, 26 seconds on the play clock. The conditioning, what kind of conditioning is it right now?
I mean, right now we're in a very top of the line of conditioning because we do this every day in practice, so it's second nature to us. But when you come across a defense that's not used to a tempo that fast, it breaks their will to play.
Did it feel like it was slower game time? I know you guys were practicing so fast, you wanted the games to feel slower. Did it feel slowed down and you guys were running things and executing well?
I mean, somewhat because you have to wait for the ref to set the ball so you can start the next play. And sometimes we go so fast, they have to blow the whistle because the defense isn't prepared, and that's the whole point of the tempo.
Eric, a handful of BCS teams lost to FCS teams this week. Did that get your guys' attention? The coaches let you know about that?
I mean, they really don't care about what other teams are doing as far as what we're doing in this building. We just go out there and play our game every weekend. And so, as far as upsets is going to happen because that's college football. This is not a perfect sport. And so we just go out there and prepare because you don't want that to be your team.
Your thoughts on your final home opener?
My final home opener, I mean, I just want to go out there and do the best I can to help the team.
How good was it to see so many Texas Tech fans out there at SMU? Almost kind of felt like a home game at times for you. How good was that to see that excitement back in the program?
I mean, that was very exciting. It was a lot of red out there. I mean, our red because SMU's red too. But, I mean, it's very exciting to see a lot of Tech fans out there. And you just know that the whole community has come together for one common goal. And that's for us to do good.
I felt like we played good, but we still got some things we need to clean up. And, it was just week one. I feel like we got a lot of growing to do as a defense.
What was the consensus of players on how the quarterback did in the game?
Oh, yeah, he played great. The whole team was behind him all the way. We feel like he had a great, opening game. And just like everyone else, everybody has, got to get better this week.
What helps you get so much pressure on the quarterback?
Coaches calling the right plays, relentless effort, just really coming off the ball and, trying to wreak havoc.
You have confidence you guys can do close to that every week? Or,
Yeah, definitely. I think we have the guys to constantly put pressure on the quarterback. We got a lot of different guys that can come in and create pressure.
What was the plan in the secondary? Gilbert had a high completion percentage. Were you guys trying to keep everything in front of you?
Not really sure. I'm a front guy, so I just handle the front. But I feel like the DBs they played well. They might have gave up a couple of passes, but that's probably because we didn't get to them fast enough as a D line.
Kerry, how much did you notice? I guess there were 7 FCS teams that beat FBS teams last week, like Kansas State, Iowa State. Some of those schools losing at home. How much are players aware of the little schools upsetting the bigger schools?
Oh, we're definitely aware. We know that SFA is going to come out and they're going to play hard. They're going to come out and play the hardest. So we're not really worried about exactly what they're going to do. We got to worry about ourselves and come out and play our game.
How do you avoid getting being one of those schools that gets knocked off by one of the small schools?
Well, treat them like they're a big school. Don't prepare the same way I would prepare for Oklahoma or for Texas. Prepare the same way each week. I'm sorry.
Seeing the excitement of the Texas Tech fans there in Dallas, how excited are you to get out here in front of home fans this weekend?
We're definitely excited, with the new big screen and everything. We're definitely looking forward to opening up the stadium this week.
Were you surprised by the performance of your young QB?
No, not at all. He's been doing that to us in practice all week. So I expected him to do it on the field. So he looked great out there.
How impressive is it, just considering that he's a guy who just walked in the door just several weeks ago?
It's impressive, but we got the confidence in our coaching. He put him in that position, so we expected him to play well. He's our guy, and we expect him to do well out there.
Kerry, who had the best sack?
Who had the best sack? There was so many, I'm not sure. I think everybody did good. I think everybody was really getting after Garrett all night. So I guess I got to give it to just the front seven. We all had some good sacks today last night or Friday.
What do you guys to see Terry make that goal line tackle at the very end to close out on a good note?
Well, we was excited. You know, that's we didn't want to give up any points like that. I'm glad we played all the way through the end. You know, all the way to the clock said 0. We was out there playing.
Anything else?
You probably haven't seen much film on Stephen at Boston, but they throw the ball quite a bit. Let's talk about kind of being familiar with an offense like that when you're going into a game.
It's good that we get to go against an offense that throws the ball quite a bit, you know, in practice every week. So we'll be prepared. You know, that's something we're used to, people throwing the ball around. So it shouldn't be a big adjustment.